MMA Homie Podcast with DJ MTK on West Coast Radio. I have with me Erick Gonzalez, the Ghost Pepper. What's up, homeboy?
Yo, what's up, big dog? Thanks for having me, brother. I
Hey,
appreciate it.
hey, so we're gonna baptize you into West Coast Radio, into the MMA Homie Podcast. I'm gonna give you two questions. You're gonna get basically a minute. I have a timer here at the station. So, cardio or weights?
Cardio,
iPhone or Android?
iPhone,
Carne asada or barbecue food?
carne asada.
All
That's
day,
easy.
right?
That's too easy.
uh, during rounds, right? Would you rather stand or sit?
Sit down.
Sit, okay, okay. Tyson or Ali?
Tyson. Mentality wise,
Alcohol or flour?
alcohol.
All right, all right. Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
Street Fighter.
Ooh, would you rather go for a submission or a knockout?
Knockout.
Let's see, what was it? What was the other one I had? Oh, The Rock or John Cena?
The Rock. I'm
All right,
OG.
all right, all right. Vegas or Miami?
Vegas.
R&B or rap?
R&B, but early 2000s.
Okay, okay, okay. Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac. West Coast.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, Bloodsport or Enter the Dragon?
Enter the Dragon.
That's a classic. But Bloodsport too, though, bro.
Bloodsport. Don't get me wrong. I love it, but
Hey, those are the classic right there. Hella or for show?
for sure.
For show, for show. What was the last one that I had here? Oh, I like this one. Anderson Silva or GSP?
Anderson Silva.
Mayweather or McGregor?
That's a tough one. I'll go McGregor.
All right, we'll leave you on that one. Hey, we'll leave you on that one. Hey, shout out to the Ghost Pepper for fucking with us on that MMA Rapid Fire on West Coast Radio. Now, this is I love this question for everybody out there listening, watching. We're both from the West Coast, so
Hmm?
people see us and they're like, "Damn, I wish I could be there." Right?
Yeah.
Women, weed, weather is always what I say. So let everybody know in the world, how does it feel just waking up being from the West, though? Like with that
It's un-
swagger.
it's unappreciated because you're born here. But
Hmm.
when you really sit down and think about it, especially being an athlete myself, it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. We are super blessed to have the weather we have and to live in a place that we do where everybody wants to be there. And honestly, people talk about LA, California every single day of their lives that they want to come here and make dreams
Hmm.
possible. So to be born here, I'm very blessed to have a mother that brought me into this state and into this part of this side of life, I should say. So I would say, man, waking up every day and being here is just a blessing, and I couldn't put it any other way.
Yeah, I agree with you, especially when you start traveling and you start seeing, other parts of the world or the country. And, we take it for granted,
100%, we do,
being able just to wake up and drive. Hey, I don't know how far the beach is from you, but right here in Dago, bro, it's like I'm 10 minutes away.
bro. Same, man. I live literally. I grew up literally. I used to skate and bike to the beach every single day as a kid when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And even now I live less. I live a 10-minute drive, so it's
Yeah.
like
It's in our
very
blood.
unappreciated.
Yeah, it's
And
in our
like running it, I mean, even when training for fights, I would just my go place. I run from my place. I'm 3.3 miles away from the beach. I run from my house or my apartment to all the way to the beach and back. That's a 7 mile run. But I'll go there and I'll run on the beach for another like 3 mile plus. So
damn, homie got his cardio then. Homie got his
not
cardio.
right now, man. It's been a little bit because I was injured for a while, but I plan to get back in and that's the plan.
Yeah, and let me give a shout out to Rob too. He helped me set this up with you, and we kind of were talking behind the scenes. It just kind of like, our main goal of what we're trying to do is, break the cycle of, gang culture within our communities. And I and
Yeah.
I and I felt like, the MMA world, and I had an OG in here from uh, Logan, Red Steps, Barrio Logan over here in Logan Heights, and we had said something. It's like, when you're young and you start fighting in the streets, why not take that same energy and put it into something that you could be a professional at, and try to break that cycle.
Yeah.
And I think what led me to you, we're both gente and raza here, but you
Hmm.
you posted a post, and it's actually been a few months removed, and I asked you too. You said, don't let social media get to you. But I wanted to read what you had said, and maybe we can expand on it a little bit, because I'm all
Yeah.
about trying to help the next person and sharing our stories and positive energy. And
Yeah.
you opened yourself up, and I'll just read it. And you said, I lost my passion, I lost hope in myself. The game is tough. I legit have had self-doubt for a while now, but up until recently, I'm ready to get back on. I'll be back soon. Love you all. Very grateful to all who asked how I was or doing. MMA isn't for everybody. And I'm just, to put your that's hard to put yourself out there,
Yeah.
you know
100%.
and I give you a lot of credit for that, for anybody, to open themselves all up like that. And so just tell me where your mindset is, I guess.
Um, after losing 3 fights in the UFC, that's tough, man. It's a tough pill to swallow. I've never lost that many fights in a row, and then making it to like the biggest, promotion in the
Organization.
world, organization when it comes to MMA,
Yeah.
and then not being able to single win a fight is that was a tough pill to swallow. And also, you get a lot of hate from people, a lot of random people. Um, the followers, that people that were supporting me will always be there. That's 100%. Because they all message me, they'll give you supporting words, and that's all fucking awesome. But the hate that you get with that is crazy, man. And I never thought I would let it get to me,
Yeah.
but it does. It does, man. You read enough of something, or read enough comments, enough messages, hate messages coming to your significant other, and that shit eventually does get to you. Um, so now, like, my headspace is it's a lot different, man. I'm just happy to do what I've done, to be to go where I've gotten. um Not everybody could say they fought in the UFC. Not everybody could say they've done this and done that. And be proud of themselves in the whole process, because I'm very proud of myself. uh but as far as headspace goes now, I think I'm in a way better position now. I have more understanding of
And you were injured too, right?
what's important. Yeah, yeah. I was injured for my last fight, and actually for my last 2 fights, I was injured. But to be real, man, half of the fighters are injured for pretty
Yeah.
much every single their fights. Um, just my last fight was where I was really, really injured. I went into that fight knowing it, but at the same time, I took the chances. I knew where I was, how my body was, and I still took the chance. Um, and that's just part of the sport, man. You got
Yeah.
to live with your decisions you make. There's no going back, and there's no turning time backwards. um but being away from the sport, dude, I haven't trained since I was supposed to fight last year of July. I tore my rotator cuff, and that's the reason I had to pull out. Nobody knows that. That was just, doctor, me, my fiance, my family, those who I talked to. And that's the reason I had to pull out of my last fight, and it was outside the UFC. But now I'm fully 100% recovered. I've been training. I've been going back. I'm a lot heavier than I normally am right now, but I mean, weight cutting is easy for me. I know how to do it, so that's not a problem. But
You're a
mentally,
bunch
man, like I
you
was saying, I'm there, man. I'm back to where I was, where when I felt like where I was at my best, like mentally, like being able to carry myself and respect who I am, respect what I've done, and actually believe in my natural abilities, and the stuff that I'm working on. And that's important. And to any human being and to any athlete, you got to believe in yourself before you go out there and do what you do.
Yeah, no, those are words to live by right there. And I think as as a consumer of a product, right? When you talk about athletes at that level, what you fought in, the fans, they they want to be experts, right?
Yeah.
And they want to act like they, every single one of those opinions count at the highest level. And someone told me
Yeah.
this the other day, and I really put it into perspective too, because man, I mean, even with what we're doing on the network, I get a lot of. I get a lot of fucking shade, right?
Oh
And
yeah,
and
no
you
matter
know
what you do.
and it comes with it, right? And someone told me the other day, it's like, bro, why do you care what someone says on online that you'll never meet in your real life? But when it comes to person, you're super picky on on people's opinions. And I was like, no, that's hella true, bro. Like, cause I'll meet people, I'm like, "Dog, you're dumb, bro. I don't give a fuck what you say. Man, I'll be over there, bro. Cause I'm gonna be way over here succeeding and shit. But he goes,
Yeah.
you see something online and it gets under your skin. I was like, I don't know, bro. Like, I can't, like, I
Mhm.
see it, I want to like react.
Yeah, it's I think when you see it enough and you read it enough, or you read enough like something that you know would probably would never if like one person said it, not a big deal.
Right.
You have like a group, a cumulative group of people constantly saying the same. They're not saying the same thing, but just saying
It
dumb
adds
shit.
up.
That's yeah, it adds up. Like
Yeah.
your tank can only get so fucking full before it fucking overflows, and you start reacting in a
Yeah.
certain way. It got to the point where my fiance was just like, you need to just get off of social media because I would just be boiling inside, man. And I was never that guy. I was never that guy. Um, but when you start fighting in the biggest promotion in the world, UFC, like shit will get under your skin, man, because you
Yeah.
feel like you let down a huge group of people that all believe in you, and it's just like that pressure that just fucking that weight that lays on that weighs on your shoulders is crazy, man. Um, and I think now that I know what it feels like. I think that it's going to be a lot easier going forward, and I'm sure you'll see me back in the UFC. I got a lot of shit going on in my personal life right now. Um, I went back to school after taking so much time off. So I'm going to school on top of working a lot. I got a kid on the way in October. So, a lot of shit that I'm looking forward to. I'm at very peace with myself and my life and the way I think and the way I'm feeling. So I'm just, I'm excited going into the future and whatever the cards unfold, I'm just ready for it.
No, that's good to hear, bro. Like I'd rather hear people inner peace. I have these conversations with some guys that I do these kind of podcasts with, and we talk about guys that can't leave it, that are
Yeah.
in their 39, 40, and a lot of them, and it's almost every athlete in every sport, bro. Jordan did it, right? Like you
Yeah.
like, and that's why I have so much respect for GSP. GSP was, and maybe even Habib, they were just like, this is it. Because it's almost like chasing a drug. You keep chasing the dragon, right? And but if you have nothing else to fall back on, what else can you do?
Yeah.
All these sports at the greatest, you eventually get to a point where your body is going to do a certain, not and you're not there, but what you're
Yeah.
saying behind the scenes of like, hey, I'm doing X and I'm doing X, you're adding more tools to your belt for just life,
Exactly. Yeah. You
so
and that was the big thing, man. Like I didn't I all dude, all my eggs were in fighting, man. All my everything was in fighting, man. Everything
yeah.
ever since the age of 21,
Yeah, I was
I was
looking at 2000. I was
trapping
looking at
before
your
that.
amateur record. I think it was like back in 2012.
2000 no. Oh, it was actually 2021, I want to say, or 2022. I forget exactly the actual date.
Okay.
Um, but I've been doing this for 10 years, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like I never thought about having a fallback because this was my only plan. And you know what, shit happens, life happens, and it is what it is. And you know what, it was scary at first. Oh no, it was 2013. You're right. 2012, 2013.
I was like, I'm about to fire
And
my research team.
no, I did it right now. I just
No,
looked
I'm
at
gonna fire you.
it. I got
So
because
bad.
I got my computer set up, man. I got my shit set up. I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd at heart.
Yeah.
Um and I've been doing this for a long, long time, man. And I just like I didn't plan on a fallback. I told that to my fiance when she first met me. I was like, look, like this is what I'm doing, this is what I am, this is who I am. I don't plan on doing anything else. And shit happens, injuries happen. I know that. I never been injured severely up until this last one, which was my neck when I had a C5, C6 disc replacement. And
Damn.
that shit fucked me up, man. I couldn't do shit for 6 months. I gained a lot of weight. I'm like walking like 210, 215 right now. And
Wow.
I've never been that heavy in my life.
It's so
So
crazy, bro. Like I said, as fans, we wanna criticize at the highest level. And it's interesting, like for me, just hearing what you say about your back, like I hurt my back, like I don't know, a couple years ago, right? but it
Yeah.
wasn't like not like what you're talking about, right? But I'm
Mhm.
like, dog, I'm like, I can't do this, I can't do that. You know what I mean? And
It
like, you,
sucks.
yeah, it does, bro. And that's another mental game. You know, if you're a type of person that's active and you get hurt and you have to lay back and just try to get back to that point, your head will fuck with you. So I
Oh
can
yeah,
only
man.
imagine how it is as an athlete.
Because I love to eat, man. Every human loves to eat. We all love food. We all love fucking eating whatever the hell we want.
Right.
But when I was burning like 4,000 calories a day, but I was consuming like twice as much as that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like, um, on top of being a big runner, that helped a lot. So I went from burning at that many calories to just not doing shit because I couldn't.
Yeah.
And then I just gained a bunch of weight, but I was sitting on my computer just chilling on shit. And my girl was just one day was just after everything I was about to start, I was able to start training. She's like, babe, you're getting fat. And I'm like, fuck.
Like, oh shit.
I,
Like, what are you trying
stepped
to
on the scale.
say?
I stepped on the scale. I'm just like, shit, she's right. So you can't even be mad at it. Um, but it's been tough. But you know what? I'm in a way better space now. Way better place in my life, way better place in my head. Uh, you know, and I'm just happy. I'm happy
Oh, that's good, bro.
with what I've done.
It starts there, dog. You got to have that inner peace, that inner happiness. From there,
Yeah,
it builds. Oh
that plays
no.
a factor.
Let me ask you this from the outside looking in, because as a fighter, is it hard for you to talk about fights because you know how much is on the line for these guys? And like, like this is everyone's livelihood. I think I tell this to a lot of people too when they try to criticize fighters of like, or taking fights when they think they shouldn't take it. It's like, you don't know how much it cost them, to get to that position for their gym. You think they just go to the gym for free? You think they just have coaches for
Yeah,
free? There's a lot of money behind the line. So a lot of times you got to go in there because you need the
yeah,
paycheck, like,
yeah,
and not everybody's making $100,000 on every fight. I think
yeah.
fans see it as like, oh, everybody in UFC is rich.
No, yeah, no. That's actually a misconception to the max. I've had friends that we've been in. When I would go out and shit, they'd be like, "Oh, you're making that UFC money." I'm like, ah, no.
Yeah,
I
drinks
make
on
like
you.
I got to pay 10K to show up to a fight. That's not money.
Yeah,
Like that's 20% of that's already gone by the time I get my actual check,
yeah.
or before I even get my check. So, but no, I don't think it's hard for fighters to talk about other fighters.
Okay.
Because you're not in their shoes, you don't unless you know them personally, that's a little different. And I mean on a personal level where like,
Were you
I like
homies?
for yeah, they're like homies like Chris Padilla, War Taco motherfucker. I've known that man. Me and him have been training since fuck
Really?
man, since we were amateurs.
He's on a
I
nice
think
little win
no.
streak right now too.
Oh, motherfucker's a beast, bro. He's
He
gone
is.
so
He is.
he's his level is so high now. Um, I got mad respect for him, man. We don't even train any. Well, I haven't been training, so I haven't seen him in a long time.
He's out of Phoenix,
Uh,
right?
no, he's in LA.
Oh, he's in LA. Okay, okay.
Yeah, no,
He's
no,
coming
he's
out
in
soon.
LA. No,
Okay, I
he's in
was thinking.
LA. He's still from the area I'm at. He trains under Jumbi over at Muay Thai. I forget the Muay Thai name for the school. I was training there for a little bit, but it was just too much of a distance for me, so I couldn't go over there. But like if I had to like having to say something about him and like let's say he fought some fucking top notch fighter, that'd be like fuck. Cause like if I'm a fan, I'm also like I also want to have my boys back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
But at
yeah.
the end of the day, I'm gonna have my boys back no matter what. Um, but I think that it's easy to talk about fighters when they're fighting each other, especially if you don't know them. That's like it's like you're
Okay.
just you're just basically like you're just the output, the outside, person that knows how people fight from watching and being a fighter yourself.
Yeah. Did you the other thing too, what's funny is I ran into Jared Cannonier at the airport last weekend. The
Oh,
homie,
okay.
yeah, the homie was trying to cut through the line and through security. He was walking past everybody. Nobody knew who he was, bro. Like, you gotta be a UFC fan, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, man, I missed my flight. Can I step in?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." I'm like, "Jared." He's like, "Yeah." I was like,
He's
"Bro,
like,
let me get a quick pic real quick and shit." He's like, "All right,
I
you better
feel
hurry
like
up."
I feel like there's a lot of UFC fans, but they only know big faces, obviously.
Yeah,
Um, But when you're a UFC nerd, you're just gonna notice everyone's face right away.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. But
I've run into a few,
I
you
was like, is that Jared? He was like, I was gonna say, just throw it out there and see what
that's
happens. That shit was funny though. But no, bro. I mean, I really enjoyed the conversation with you. Hopefully you can kind of see what we're trying to build here. Come back
yeah,
with us. I love to talk, fights with you. I love to, catch up. I'm all about
yeah,
sharing positive energy, bro. Especially
100%.
I think it's crazy how people, how toxic people can gravitate to each other.
Yeah,
Positive people can will gravitate to each other. I'm a firm believer in that, in trying to help the next person. Tell these people all the time, you don't do it for you do it for them.
yeah.
No,
I mean, we're examples of like the way we react, the way we talk now is going to be an example for future generations as far as athletes go.
yeah,
So future athletes, I always say, man, just try not to be on social media before fights. Um,
it's a
and
good tip.
don't listen to anything besides your coaches and your teammates, and that's it. Because that's what at the end of the day, that's what's important. Nobody knows what you go through in the gym. Nobody knows goes through when you're going through weight cuts, and that's a
100%. It's
very
all
sensitive
noise.
time. Yeah,
It's all noise.
it's a
This year,
very
are you
sensitive
do you
topic.
plan on getting back in the ring, or what is the
Uh,
here?
yeah, maybe for August, September right now.
Really?
I'm getting for August, September. Getting my weight down right now. Once I do that, man, I'm just gonna stay there. And like I said, man, I got a kid on the way, so I'm trying to on top of fighting for myself and getting back in the ring and proving to myself that I'm better than than what I thought I was,
Mm-hmm.
or what I think I am, because I know I'm better than that, because that's what took me to the UFC. So, uh, I got to fight for my family now. I got to fight for my girl and fight for my child that's coming up. So to me, it's like a lot more. It's a lot
Extra
more meaning
motivation.
behind it. Hell yeah, man! A little kid on the way. I don't want my kid to look back at my career and be like, "Hey, why'd you stop fighting, Dad?" I want my kids to just look at my career and be like, "Damn, my dad fought till he couldn't fight anymore," and that,
I love
and
that.
then the rest is history.
I'm that type of person too. Is like every time I get complacent, I gotta find something else that fuels that fire. Like I gotta
Yeah,
like get that wood and write whatever it is. Like, and it's so interesting. I told somebody the other day, from week to month, I can find something else that motivates me. Someone can
yeah,
say something super stupid to me. It's like, oh, all right,
yeah.
say
It
less, bro.
takes one small voice to motivate you sometimes.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
you, and but you need that too. We all need to find that fuel to make it to help push you, and family,
Yeah.
having a kid, bro. There's nothing like that that's gonna motivate you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That's like you got to put your big boy shoes on.
yeah, no,
I
well, I'm rooting for you, homie. Like I said, welcome to the family.
appreciate you, bro.
And shout out to Rob for helping us set some of this up.
Yeah,
And
thank you, Rob.
yeah, and last words.
I'll be back. I love you guys. I love everybody here. I appreciate everybody watching this, and this won't be the last time you see me. And shout out to my team. Shout out to the boys that are just still holding it down for Fight Science over in LA. And you'll see more of me. And I'm looking forward to the future. Looking forward to everything that's coming my way.
And how can everybody stay connected with you on Instagram and Twitter and everything?
Ghost Pepper UFC on Twitter and on Instagram. Pretty simple. Um, and you can also find me on Twitch. Also, I'm constantly randomly streaming here and there
Oh,
when I
really?
can.
What are we twitching,
So
bro?
I stream video games, man. I play Tarkov.
What
It's
is
a
that?
little
Hold on. What's that?
it's a
Oh, bro,
military tactical game.
I'm
So it's
on
all
Rainbow
gun.
Six, bro. I'm on that RB6, like, bro, like,
Nah, I will connect after this. I
I
don't play
love
Rainbow
that.
Six like that, but it's just as competitive as Rainbow Six. But I think
Oh,
Rainbow Six is a little bit more competitive, as far as the scene goes for gaming. But
well, the thing I
Tark,
like about RB6 is like, say, so, like, bro, what's crazy about this? This is a whole nother podcast, okay? Hey, you
yeah.
guys gotta watch. You guys watch his bonus content on Twitch with there. We'll do a part two with the